Hi, it's Lisa from Beyond Authentic, and today I thought I would review the Unfolding Path Tarot. Now, I've actually had this for a little while. A couple of months ago, I put a poll on my YouTube page asking whether I should get this deck or another spooky theme deck, and everybody pretty much voted for this one. So this is what we've got. Now, I will be totally honest with this. I have actually already done this review. Unfortunately, there was no sound recorded, so that's why I'm having to basically have a bit of a do-over. I could have just done a voiceover for it, but I thought it'd be easier just to go through this. So I have seen all of these cards before. So then, this is the Unfolding Path Tarot. It's by Athene Noctua, and it's published by Hay House, which is kind of quite a standard publishing house for tarot these days. And it was $22.99, I believe I paid for it. It says there $24.99 in the US and $33.99 in Canada. Now, I did pay for this myself, so it is absolutely not sponsored. The artwork here is from the World card, so we'll get to that. But we've got all sorts of bits of artwork everywhere, and I think it's just a beautifully designed deck. Look at the backs, and I love the fact that it's completely the same both ways up. So when you get a reverse reading, sometimes I feel with reversals where you see that the back is reversed, it can kind of almost be a bit like it can be signposting almost what the cards are coming up with. And for me, I like that sort of surprise element of whether it's upright or reversed. The little book that comes with it is quite a nice little bound book, quite decently sized print. I really hate it when you get a little book, a little white book, and the print is so small that I need to get not just my old lady specs out, I need to get my old lady magnifying glass. That is when I know it's tiny print, but this is quite readable. So we've got a bit of an introduction, and it's a very personal deck, which I really like. The authors actually put a lot of work and made everything quite them. I think it's all about healing and sort of that positive sort of vibes with this deck. I really do like it. We get one page per card pretty much. Now there's no pictures in here, so it doesn't take up extra room, but again, it's perfectly fine. It is what it is. It does its job. We'll come back to that if we need to as we go on. So then, as you can see, it's a nice sturdy box, artwork in both sides of the box, and then this is what the card stock is like. So you can see it's a little bit stronger than the chibi deck, quite a bit stronger than the chibi deck, and it's got this really nice matte finish to it. It's a really nice finish, non-reflective, so it's not going to interrupt any of the readings that I do because of the ring light I've got above me. Sometimes when I'm on the channel doing readings every Tuesday and Sunday evening, 7 p.m. UK time, got to get the plug in, and some Thursdays. Make sure you subscribe and ding your bell so that YouTube notifies you when I go live. Right then, so let's just get into it, shall we? I have re-put them all into order, but they are in order this way up. So we're just going to go through them. So we've got the Fool. I love this version of the Fool instantly. The first time I saw this card, I was like, wow, because you've got that innocence from the Fool. Quite often with the traditional Rider-Waite image where you've got the Fool sort of walking off of a mountaintop, it looks a bit silly, doesn't it? And it looks like the Fool is being foolish, whereas this really represents that youthful, innocent energy. This child is literally heading out into the world. It looks like they're of the age where they're about to hit puberty. Their life is about to change. They're about to go and do all of these wonderful things on the journey to adulthood. And I just think it's a beautiful card. Really does depict that that innocence. But you've also got, you know, elements of the Fool, the standard card with the flowers there in the background, and instead of the dog, we've got these lovely butterflies. But I do think it's just sums up the essence of the Fool really well. Then we've got the Magician, and you can see we've got this infinity symbol here, but I like the fact that this infinity symbol is also becoming a larger infinity symbol all around them, so they are manifesting that energy. Absolutely beautiful card. The High Priestess. Look at the wisdom in those eyes. Look at the wisdom that's etched into those eyes. Absolutely beautiful card. The Empress. Once again, we've gone with a pregnant Empress. You all know my thoughts on that. But, you know, we're emphasizing the motherhood aspect of it, and that's one aspect of the cards. But we do also have the wheat sheaves here, look, in her hair. So, yeah, I don't mind it too much. The Emperor, a very strong looking Emperor, isn't it? The Hierophant, quite a traditional image. We've got the keys here, but then on this sash, you can see all these different symbols for lots and lots of different religions. I like that. The Lovers, apples, forbidden fruit, and a peach. The Chariot. I like the fact we haven't got an actual chariot. This person is just riding the lion, and you've got the stars here for the victory. I really like this interpretation. Strength with a standard lion, but again, a little bit different, a little bit of a more modern twist. The Hermit, we've got a gender swapped hermit, but again, look, this person has gone out and found their wisdom. They found the lantern of knowledge. The Wheel of Fortune, we've got a spiritual mandala. I like that. This person is casting wheels and casting circles, and we've got all of this imagery repeating. I like a lot. Justice. Now, it's interesting that she isn't blindfolded here, but she is levitating the sword and the scales. The Hanged. Now, look, this rope isn't even going around her foot. It's around the tree and coming off. But this person is absolutely choosing to be there. The Death card. Look at that symbolism. Absolutely. I think that is beautiful. Temperance. The Devil. Look at the temptation in that devil's eyes. Is it just me, or is that quite a little bit of a sexy little devil going on there? And again, look, you've got the chain iconography. We've got the inverted pentagram, so it shows us it's material things over the spiritual. The wings in the background. The Tower card. This time we're focusing on one of the people that has flung themselves from that tower. The Star. The Moon. We've got the Sun. Look at the beauty in that card. It reminds me of the musical Hair. I'm not going to sing any of the songs from Hair, but I really want to sing the songs from Hair, but I'm not going to. But this looks like an absolute joyous, hippie, day in the park type moment, doesn't it? Talk about summer of love. We've got Judgment. Stunning image with the feathers reminding us of that angel calling our souls to wherever you believe we go afterwards, for us to be judged on our actions on this plane. And then the World card. Beautiful. A fuller woman. And again, that's the box art. And then we've got the Suit of Pentacles. So we've got the Ace, the 2. I don't know why, but that's giving me Artful Dodger vibes. I think it's probably just the hat, but it really is giving me Artful Dodger and a little bit of Willy Wonka. The 3. We're learning some lessons there, aren't we? Learning some lessons there. Look, I just worked out that the 3 of Pentacles quite often is talking about learning those lessons and apprenticeships. And you can see this innocent person in their naivety just picking the apples while the bees are around. Interesting. The 4, holding on to that money, holding on really, really firmly, wanting that stability. Because otherwise, look what happens to the 5. The 6 with the celebration. 7. The 8. Her hair twisting around. The 9. Oh, yes. Peacocking. Look at that. The 10. Generational wealth. The page. The knight. Taking her plant to the office, perhaps. The queen. Wow, look at her. Beautiful. And the king. And then we've got wands. I had to look to find the wands in this one, but there's one there, and one there. You can see, I thought that was all one wand, but it isn't. I like that. Going off on a journey. The 4. Very happy image. Look at the couple here. Look at that sense of stability. The 5. This one's really interesting because the 5 is forming the pentacle, so it's forming that witchcraft shape. It's forming the power. The 6, celebration and victory. And look at that gorgeous wand there. The 7, now this I love. So the 8 of wands traditionally has this sort of image with the wands being in midair. And I love that this person's just riding them like a surfboard, or a bit like the Silver Surfer, or a skateboard. Amazing. The 9 and the 10. I do often say 9 is full, the 10 is too much. Look, struggling a little bit with those wands. And then we've got the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. And then we've got the cups next. We've got the dove, the 2, the 3, the 3 sisters, the 3 graces, the muse, the 4. This time, look, these 3 cups have either been drunk or are just there. And this person, you can see he is not a happy bunny. And yet the 4th cup is being offered. The 5, upset at these 3, forgetting about these 2 in the background. The 6, the 7. If ever there was a card that summed up the idea of this card being all about difficult choices, it will be this card. Look at her face. Not sure. Not sure. The 8. We haven't got that standard with them all lined up, have we? But this person, it looks like they've drunk all of these and they're heading off to get another one. The 9 of cups, again, slightly older looking woman with a few laugh lines. And then the 10, celebration, life continues, life goes on. And then we've got the page. I like the fact that we've got an older page in this card. You can still be incredibly naive even in your older years. We've got the knight. Do you know, this actually reminds me of a friend of mine. Looks very, very similar. Very similar. And he does also have that knight energy. So yes. Timmy, if you're watching, you're in this deck. And again, look at the queen. Look at that regal energy that she is putting out. And again, I love the fact that this is another deck with lots of diversity, lots of different races, lots of different body sizes, abilities are featured. I absolutely love it. The King, sockless, or maybe I'll say, I won't say sockless, I'll say maybe they are just pale socks. I don't like trousers and shoes with no socks. Freaks me out a little bit. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I don't like feet. But anyway, let's go on. And we've got the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords. It's not quite as vulnerable as it's in the standard deck, is it? In the standard deck, the Two of Swords looks quite vulnerable, but here she looks almost fierce, like a warrior. The Three, with that heartbreak card. She's been through a lot, this one, hasn't she? The Four of Swords. You can sleep. You're keeping those swords safe. The Five. Again, been through a lot. The Six of Swords. The Seven, really depicting that sort of stealthy, sort of suave, almost villain stealing the swords away. The Eight, trapped by them. The Nine, with that sleeplessness, that nightmare feeling. And then the 10, finally. There's a certain finality about this, isn't there? Look at all of those swords. And then we've got the Page, learning. The Knight. The Queen. Oh, again, somebody you do not want to mess with. But again, look at the beautiful crow. Just see the crow there, look. Stunning. And then the King. And this time, is it going to be a hawk or a vulture? Could be a raven. Looks like a raven to me. Anyway, that's the deck. Let's see how they shuffle. Oh, that nice matte feeling on them is actually, they slide and glide really nicely without being too slippy. So that's actually a really nice feel to shuffle these, actually. One thing I like about this deck is that the suits themselves have different color tones. So the Pentacles, because it's connected to Earth, has that Earth energy to it. So we've got those browns and those sort of, even though we've got the gold from the actual Pentacles themselves, we've got the browns in the backgrounds and the oranges. Wands, because of the suit of fire, we've got that bright red. So we've got the more reddish tones. With the, there you go, look, with the cups, we've got that aqua tone, that greeny blue coming through. And then with the swords, if I find a sword card, there you go, look, we've got these deep blues airing into sort of blacks. So I like the fact that each of the suits has that color sort of scheme to it. But as you can see, the 10 of cups there with that aqua blue, aqua green. And then we've got the 8 of cups where we go almost into pine green, the really deep green colors. So we absolutely go through that range of colors with each of the cards. Now, this may not be for you if you're looking for a more masculine deck. This deck does feel very feminine. A lot of the characters in the minors and the majors are depicted as traditionally female presenting characters. So there is that to think about. But for me, I think this is a beautiful deck. Absolutely stunning, and I cannot wait to use it. So a quick look at the book. We'll go for one depiction at random. The Empress. How funny is that? Right, so it says the mother, outward facing, divine feminine, warmth, fertility, creativity, sensuality, abundance, and nurturing. Those are the elements they've gone for with this card. It says the divine feminine, as lusciously embodied by the Empress, radiates her sensuality, fertility, and creativity into the world. She has a fiercely protective maternal energy that shelters those parts of you that are feeling weak or vulnerable. This is encouragement to take care of yourself and to make time and space to give yourself the things you need to feel loved and nurtured. When the Empress appears, it is often a sign of abundance and blessings. Standing barefoot on the soft grass of our Mother Earth, look around and acknowledge with gratitude the blessings, both big and small. I like that. This deck is very much that. It's very much in touch with the earth, in touch with that emotional side, and very much about healing and nurturing ourselves as we move forward. But there you go, everybody. Those are my thoughts about this deck. Let me know yours down in the comment section. So this deck will now go into my rotation on my live streams every Tuesday and Sunday evening, 7 p.m. UK time, and Thursdays as well for our late shift, our midnight hours shift. So do make sure you are subscribed to the channel, ding your bell, change your settings to all so that YouTube lets you know whenever I go live with a live stream. But that is going to be it from me. And as always, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.